What's up everybody, Captain Foggy here from Mind Sculpting MTG, and today we're busting open a box of Ixalan. Before we get started, take a moment to smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so we've got our box of Ixalan, we have our shiny promo card, and we were lucky enough to get one of these buy a box promo packs. So we're going to save this for after the box. We're going to actually get started on this box over here instead, so let's get this bad boy going. Awesome. All right. So some people like to start over here. Some people like to start here. Me personally, I just like to go from left to right. And our rare for the first pack, repeating barrage. Not impressed, honestly. I mean, 3 mana, you get to deal 3 damage to target creature or player, and also if you do the raid trigger, you can pay 5 mana to return it from your graveyard to your hand. So I think that's a little too costly, honestly, if you want to keep playing this over and over again. 8 mana, 3 damage, not impressed. What else we got? Let's go to the next pack. Ooh, hold up. They just put the foil in the wrong spot. They did. It was supposed to be a rare right there. Well, hey, cool. We've got a foil Wanted Scoundrels and our rare Search for Escanta. Very happy about this. So, blue, 1 colorless legendary enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. Then if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform Search of Escanta. Alright, flip side of that. Cool. So we got Escanta the Sunken Ruin. It's a legendary land. Tap to produce 1 blue mana to your mana pool. Pay a blue and 2 colorless tap. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Very excited for this card. I like to play control, especially, you know, blue-black control, as you probably noticed if you've been keeping up with my videos, so I know exactly where this bad boy's going. Excellent. So let's go to the next pack. And oh my goodness. Starting off this box pretty strong. We got a Jace Cunning Castaway. So for 2 blue and a colorless, you get a legendary planeswalker, 3 loyalty, plus 1 effect. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card, then discard a card. -2, you get to create 2 blue illusion creature tokens with when this creature becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. Its ultimate, -5, create 2 tokens that are copies of Jace Cunning Castaway, except they're not legendary. So keywording on this, it's a legendary planeswalker. Wizards of the Coast decided to change that with this set. So now you can have multiple Jaces on the battlefield as long as they're not the same Jace card. So I can have a Jace Cunning Castaway, Jace the Mind Sculptor, you know, any Jace that I want to. Same thing goes for Gideon, any other planeswalkers. So hey, I'm excited to see how this plays out in future sets. And our rare for this one, Glacial Fortress. Excellent. This is going to be my first, what do they call them? Buddy lands? Something like that? Check lands? I don't really know exactly what they're calling these nowadays, but Glacial Fortress enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a plains or an island. Tap to produce a white or blue mana to your mana pool. I actually really like this cycle of lands. I'm excited to see how this plays out in future standard formats while this set is still legal, so I'm digging it. And Vraska's Contempt, another card that I've been looking for as well. Exile target creature or planeswalker, you gain 2 life. I'm all about that life. So, bam! Win once again, and a shiny foil forest. And our rare for this pack, Captivating Crew. Not very impressed with this card either, but I've heard some talk about this maybe going in a God Pharaoh's Gift style deck. Jank rare in my opinion. Anyways, moving on. And Drowned Catacomb. Excellent. So now I have my playset on this one as well. 3 old versions and a new version. So now I can definitely make my blue-black control deck still work in the current standard. I'm excited. So again, if you control a swamp or an island, it comes into play untapped. Otherwise, it's going to come into play tapped. Blue or black mana, I'm all about that life again, once again. So yeah, digging it. Love it. So far, this box is shaping up just the way I want to. And rare for this pack, Sunpetal Grove. Once again, playset in tow. And rare for this pack, Admiral Beckett Brass, once again, doing pretty good on this box. So, for a red, black, blue, and 1 colorless, you get a 3/3 legendary human pirate. Other pirates you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, gain control of target non-land permanent controlled by a player who has dealt combat damage by 3 or more pirates this turn. Had a lot of talk from a lot of people. They don't really think that last trigger is doable. However, me on the other hand, I think it's totally doable. So, Admiral Beckett Brass, Beckett Brass, Beckett Brass, Admiral Beckett Brass. Say that 2 times, 3 times, however many times, fast. Next pack. And rare for this pack, Death Gorge Scavenger. So I've been doing a lot of playtesting with some dinos. Honestly, probably my favorite dinosaur. Best thing I really love about this card, it can go into a lot of different green decks. Doesn't necessarily have to be dinos. So anyways, you get a 3/2 for a green and 2 colorless dinosaur. Whenever Death Gorge Scavenger enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile target card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card, you gain 2 life. If it's a non-creature card, Death Gorge Scavenger gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So life gain can be very crucial, especially with Ramunap red decks, all over the place in the format. But honestly, I really love that +1/+1 effect. Honestly, it really depends on who you're fighting against, but honestly, excellent card. And we have a foil rigging runner. That's excellent. I'm cool with foils, especially playable foils. Wham, shiny. Anywho. Deadeye Plunderers, excellent. And our rare, oh my goodness, we're just getting all the dual lands from this set, at least 1 of each one so far. We need to get 1 more in order to actually make that a reality. We need the, Dragon Skull Summit, but hey, Rootbound Craig, we got every other one now. Doing pretty good. I'm digging it. We still got like a whole box to go through. And rare for this pack, we have Blood Crazed Paladin. This is looking pretty good too as well, whether it be in a Vampire Knight or any kind of aggro deck as a sideboard staple perhaps. But anyways, so for a black and a colorless, you get a 1/1 Vampire Knight with Flash, which means you can play it anytime you can play an instant. Blood Crazed Paladin enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that died this turn. So that could be good against board wipes, anything in general, honestly, but very excited about this card. And what do we have here? Primal Amulet. Hey, I'm pretty happy about that too as well. For 4 colorless mana, you get an artifact. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Kind of helps you ramp a little bit, especially since it's not legendary. Anyways, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a charge counter or Primal Amulet. Then, if there are 4 or more charge counters on it, you may remove those counters and transform it. And what do you get when it transforms? You get Primal Wellspring. It's a land. Tap, add 1 color of any add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. When that mana is spent to cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. So, really don't know where that's going to fit into, but it's not a bad card for sure. I just don't know how playable it is in Standard at least. So, anyway. Rare for the pack. Got a Dreamcaller Siren. So, for 2 blue and 2 colorless, you get a 3/3 Siren Pirate with Flash, Flying, and Dreamcaller Siren can block only creatures with flying. When Dreamcaller Siren enters the battlefield, if you control another pirate, tap up to 2 target non-land permanents. I mean, it's not a bad effect. It's more for a limited play if you ask me, so I don't see it in Standard, but never know. Anyways, what's that foil peeking behind it? Yeah, 1 with the win. That's cool. Shiny. It is a beautiful foil, I gotta say. That is gorgeous. Look at that. And rare for this pack, we have Star of Extinction. Man, board wipe of all board wipes for sure. It's a little costly, but for what it does. So for 2 red and 5 colorless, you get a sorcery, destroy target land. Star of Extinction deals 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. So planeswalker hate, that's excellent. 7 mana, not so sure about it, but I know one place this card is gone. Mizzix EDH Faux Show. Yes, sir. And what do we have here? Mavrin Fane, Dusk Apostle. So, anyways, for a white and 2 colorless, you get a 2/2 legendary vampire cleric. Whenever 1 or more non-token vampires you control attack, create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. Vampire deck, don't know how real it's going to be, but this is definitely going to be in it. Has to be, honestly. And rare for this pack, we have a Verdant Sun's Avatar. So, here's a few Sun's Avatars running around the set for sure. We've already seen the promo card, which is the Burning Sun's Avatar. This is the green version. 2 green, 5 colorless. You get a Dinosaur Avatar. It's a 5/5 body. Whenever Verdant Sun's Avatar or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. I've already come up against a couple of Dinosaur Ramp style decks. Honestly, really good card. At first glance, didn't think it'd be that great. After playing against it, pretty good. And yes, I was playing against it with a mono red aggro or a red black aggro shell. Kind of a hard matchup. I won, but still tough. Trusty old air elemental. Anyways, what's behind you anyway? Ashes of the Aberrant. So you get an enchantment, 1 colorless, 1 white mana. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or activate abilities of cards in graveyards. Whenever a creature dies, you gain 1 life. I love this card, Raptor Hatchling. Rare behind you, Angrass Marauders. So, yeah, anyway. 2 red, 5 colors, you get a 4/4 human pirate. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. 2 high costed, limited bomb, for sure. Definitely not standard playable. And our rare is a Growing Rights of Itlamok. So it's a legendary enchantment, 1 green, 2 colorless. When Growing Rights of Itlamok enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures, transform Growing Rights of Itlamok. So what's the other side say? Itlamok, Cradle of the Sun, legendary land. Tap it to produce a green to your mana pool, or you can tap it to add a green for each creature you control. Oh my god, it's like Gaia's Cradle, but it's in standard. Will it be played? Who knows? Anyways, moving on. And rare for the pack, we have a Fell Flagship. Pirates you control get +1/+0. Whenever Fell Flagship deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. It's a artifact vehicle. It's a 3/3 when you crew it for 3, and it costs 3. That's a little too many 3s personally. Anywho. And we have a foil Cobbled Wings. Pretty foil though. Pretty sure a lot of the cards in this set are beautiful in foil form. And rare for this pack, Priest of the Awakening Sun. Alright. We have a 1/1 human cleric for 1 white mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may reveal a dinosaur card from your hand. If you do, you gain 2 life. Pretty dope. Digging it. Anyways, 2 white, 3 colorless, sacrifice Priest of the Awakening Sun, search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Not a bad card, honestly. And rare for this pack, we have Sunbird's Invocation. Not excited about this either. So you get an enchantment for a red and 5 colorless. Whenever you cast a spell from your hand, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. You may cast a card revealed this way with converted mana cost X or less without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Anywho, moving on. Nothing to see here. Move along, folks. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. And rare for this pack, we have Conqueror's Galleon. This is one of those transforming vehicles. I think it's like the only one in the set, actually, so anywho. Let's see, 4 colorless, you get a 2/10 vehicle. When Conqueror's Galleon attacks, exile it at the end of combat, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Crew 4, so you have to crew it with total power of 4 or more. What's the other side say? Conqueror's Foothold. Artwork in this set is gorgeous. Anyways, tap to add a colorless to your mana pool. You can pay 2 and tap to draw a card, then discard a card. You can pay 4 and tap to draw a card, 6 and tap to return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Not a bad card, honestly. I really don't know if it's going to see any play, but I do like the artwork on it at least. Maybe it has potential. Probably not. Spell Swindle, super excited about this. Revel in Riches for the win, or Master of Marionette, honestly. Either or is fine with me, but anyways. So, for two blue and 3 colorless, you get an instant counter-target spell. Create X colorless treasure tokens, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. They have, well, we all know what a treasure does. No reason to read that last little bit of text. Very excited. Honestly, I hate that it costs 5, but honestly, for what it does, kind of worth it. Maybe a 2 of in a control deck. Not that bad of an idea, honestly. Digging it. And what do we have behind you, little Aerosaur? Ruin Raider. Pretty excited about this. Not sure if this is really going to be worth the hype or not, but anywho, here we go. So for a black and 2 colorless, you get a 3/2 Orc Pirate with Raid. At the beginning of your end step, if you attacked with a creature this turn, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to the card's converted mana cost. So could be playable. I don't know. Maybe. It's a little card advantage, little aggressive threat. So we'll find out. And rare for this pack, we have a Kinjali Sunwing. So this is definitely going to be in the Naya Dinosaurs deck for sure. For a white and 2 colorless, you get a 2/3 Flying Dinosaur. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. This is like a non-legendary Thalia's Heretic Cathar, honestly, minus the non-basic land part of it. So still though, excellent. It's a 2/3 flyer. What more can you ask for, honestly? And, ooh, is this a foil mythic I see? I believe it is. Anyways, so Direfleet Ravager, 2 black, 3 colorless, you get a 4/4 Orc Pirate Wizard. Gotta love those types. It has Menace, Death Touch, and when Direfleet Ravager enters the battlefield, each player loses a third of his or her life rounded up. I don't know where this guy's going, but look at that. Oh my goodness, I'm digging it, digging it. Yes. I was starting to worry I wouldn't pull one of these. This card is already starting to jump in price just a little bit, but anywho, rare for the pack, we have a Rampaging Ferocidon. Pretty excited about this too as well. Menace, players can't gain life. It's a 3/3 for a red and 2 colorless. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, Rampaging Ferocidon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. Not sure if this is going to be sideboard, not sure if this is going to be main deck, probably sideboard, but still either way, players can't gain life. That's crucial. Love it. That's dope. And oh my goodness, we have 2 planeswalkers in this box. That's pretty cool. So Huatl, Warrior Poet. It's a white, red, and 3 colorless for 3 loyalty. You gain life to the greatest equal to the greatest power among creatures you control for its +2 ability. For 0, you get to create a 3/3 green dinosaur with trample and -X, which looks pretty good. It's a little deceiving, but Huatl Warrior Poet. Can't talk again. What's up with all these Ixalan names being so hard to pronounce? Huatl, Warrior Poet, deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Creatures dealt damage this way can't block this turn. So honestly, for 5 mana, you can bring this down and go ahead and ultimate for 3. Just kill it off and make sure you get that Alpha Strike in, honestly. Beautiful. And our rare for the pack, we have another Vraska's Contempt. I'm done. I'm done. I almost don't even need to open up anything. I needed 2 copies of Vraska's Contempt. I have 2 copies of Vraska's Contempt. I'm excited. I'm happy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 packs left. Makes me sad. You know, honestly, I was starting to wonder if I was going to pull any of these or not. I mean, sure, yeah, I've pulled 2, but it's a common for crying out loud. And rare for this pack, Sorcerer's Spyglass. Still pretty awesome, actually. It's kind of like our Pithing Needle for this format. So anyways, you get an artifact for 2 colorless. As Sorcerer's Spyglass enters the battlefield, look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Sideboard card for sure, and Swamp and a Treasure. And our rare for this pack, we have Goring Ceratops. So a little pricey, still pretty dope card, honestly, when you really think about it. But anywho, so for 2 white, 5 colorless, you get a 3/3 dinosaur with double strike. Whenever Goring Ceratops attacks, other creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn. Where's that going? EDH probably somewhere, who knows? And what do we have? Emperor's Vanguard. So maybe there's an Explorer deck going to pop up. I don't know. If it does, this might be at the top of the curve. So you get a 4/3 Human Scout for a green and 3 colorless. Whenever Emperor's Vanguard deals combat damage to a player, it explores. So explore means you get to reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, then put the card back or put it into your graveyard. So if it's land, put it in your hand. Otherwise, it's going to get a +1/+1 counter. You just get to decide whether or not you keep it on top or put it in the graveyard. So still not bad, honestly. I think Explore's a really cool effect. 3 packs left. Let's do this. This card just makes me laugh. Chart of Course, really excellent card, making waves all over the place. What's the rare behind you? Waker of the Wild. So I kind of feel like this card really should have been printed in Battle for Zendikar or Oath of the Gatewatch. Maybe it was just leftover chaff. Who knows? They just needed to get some really cool artwork for it. Anywho, 2 green, 2 colorless. You get a 3/3 Merfolk Shaman. Pay 2 green and X. Put X +1/+1 counters on target land you control. That land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still land. So yeah, sounds a lot like Battle for Zendikar, doesn't it? What are you trying to pull on us wizards? And what's behind you, little pirate? Shadowed Caravel, another vehicle. There aren't that many, but vehicles make a return to Ixalan. So you get a 2/2 for 2. Whenever a creature you control explores, put a +1/+1 counter on Shadowed Caravel. Crew for 2. So like I was talking about, maybe there's an Explorer deck. I don't know, maybe we just need more pieces for it. Who knows, it might be OP, it might be like Energy, kind of underestimated at first and then becomes a huge contender in the format. We'll find out in due time. And, ooh, little foil rummaging goblin. Nobody really cares about you, but I do like goblins. I like goblins. And you're a foil goblin. There we go. Dinosaur token. Last pack. Vraska on the front. Is there a Vraska inside? Probably not. I've already pulled 2 planeswalkers. But, wonder what is. And last rare for the box, we have Captain Lannery Storm. I'm alright with that. I'm totally cool with that. So, you get a 2/2 for a red and 2 colorless. Haste, legendary human pirate. Whenever Captain Lannery Storm attacks, create a colorless treasure token. We all know what treasures do. Sacrifice it, get a mana. Anyways, whenever you sacrifice a treasure, Captain Lannery Storm gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I'm digging it. I like this card. I really do. I don't know exactly what it's going to do, but I really do like this card. That's all for the main box. But what about this? The buy box promo pack. I wonder what's in there. And immediately we have a Sun Petal Grove. That's awesome. I'm totally cool with that. So now I've got plenty of those. Whoever needs one, holla at me. Hour of Glory. Now I have a couple of those. What else do we have? Cabal, Sandworm Convergence. Nothing to write home about. Alright, nice little foil action right there. And some more foil action. Gotta love these lands. These lands are beautiful. Anywho, and another Burning Suns avatar. So now I have 2 of these, obviously. And these foil lands are actually really beautiful. I'm really loving these. I kind of want some more. And oh my goodness, they are my 2 favorite colors in Magic, red and blue. Is it till the day I die? Word to your mother. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this box opening. Don't forget to smash that like button, and also please subscribe if you really enjoyed this video so you don't miss anything from Mind Sculpting MTG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next upkeep.